get fearful. Like, what's a good small victory? Like today I was really stressed. I've been having, like, I'm going to Korea next week with one of my TV shows, and this week I had like a lot to finish, and I was like, I couldn't swallow the idea of the amount of work I have to do. I haven't even done it yet today, and I'll probably do it tonight. But what I did was, like, I did dishes, right? Which sounds so insignificant, but it was something that I was like, I knew that by doing these dishes, I would feel like I cleaned my house. It's a small victory for me. I was able to, like, prepare a nice dinner, and that was something nice I did for my boyfriend, and that made me feel good. And then I also, like, connected some people and helped them out today. I think anytime you feel fearful or worried, go do something nice for somebody, because it'll make you feel good, and then you'll feed off their energy and vice versa. You never know what doors it'll open for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So in your career journey so far, what has been the best investment you've ever made?
Ooh. Best investment I ever made. I would say the best investment I ever made was buying my Canon camera. I granted I don't know how to use it very well. My boyfriend's a wonderful cinematographer, but that camera was kind of like the cornerstone to Starbaby becoming this tumbleweed of it's slowly growing to more of a juggernaut, but like becoming this production company is that we had a camera, and I researched, like, what camera are the YouTubers using, so I wanted to vlog, which is such an animal in itself, but getting that camera, or even, like, and for some people maybe an iPhone, but like getting that was really just the shift, because then it was not, I didn't have to when I got into doing production for Starbaby, the first thing I did is I did a music video for my guitar teacher growing up. He has a metal band. I'm a huge rocker as well. Mm-hmm. And he's a metal band. And I was like, I'm going to make your music video. I knew I wanted to do it. And I started my business with someone that I was familiar with and that I trusted, with the designer I worked with. I'd worked with him for many years doing his retouching, so I was familiar with his designs. And so it was easy to work with them because I wasn't worried about, I already knew the personality of the person I was working with. So, like, with this music video, I already knew the personality of my guitar teacher and his music, and I wanted to do something nice. And that was a great learning experience, but it blew up in my face because the last minute cinematographer I got became a huge asshole. And it, though, it's, you learn from your mistakes. So I knew that I need to get a camera, as I didn't want to ever have to wait for any. I'm very big on, like, not waiting for permission. So I got this camera. That was, like, the big investment for me. Yeah. And that's made Starbaby into a huge production company. And we used that camera up until literally this year. We just got a new camera this year. So we got crazy awesome lenses for it. So that was a good investment. So any way that you're able to have something unique, like another good investment, for me was, was really just getting into web series production in any capacity. Mm-hmm. Well, you can make a web series overnight. I was in a comedic web series, a few years ago, and we got into LA Web Fest, and so we flew out to LA for it. And I got involved with the web series world and realized the beauty of the fact that you can literally make something this weekend if you wanted to. So don't be afraid to put sweat equity into things that you could finish automatically and then show. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a really good answer, but I think just, like, trust the investment to me isn't necessarily money all the time. It's very much sweat equity. I put a lot of sweat equity in a lot that I do. Mm-hmm. So I think that knowing where to put your sweat equity is the best investment that I could do. I don't have, like, a specific place, but just I knew, like, so here's a good one. So when I started my business of acting, I spent like 3 days not working, writing a curriculum, writing a pitch deck, writing what we would do, what we would cover, why business of acting is important, and understanding my scope of intelligence on that, and how I could present myself. That allowed me to set myself better in networking situations, and really just not being afraid to put the time to brand yourself is the best investment you can make. Any time to better yourself, even if you're not making money, whatever time you put in now is to make money. Like, you edit your website because you're going to send somebody that website, and you're going to book the job you wanted because your website's so perfect, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just being open to that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you. So another final big question. What would you say has been the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received is very simple. It's just raise your standards. The minute that I heard that, and I went to UPW last year, and a lot of leading up to that, and a lot of watching I was a big Tony Robbins person, and to me, hearing raise your standards and feed your mind were probably two of the best advices I ever got, because it's not only about making yourself better, but finding what your next level is, and knowing that, the sky's the limit. So if you hit your first major goal, what's the next one? What's the next one? You should always be able to trust evolving yourself and feeding your mind. It's not just about reading or listening or watching. It's also about engaging. So for me, this goes with that, but my dad used to say to me all the time, both my parents, that if you want to, tennis players, when they want to get better, they practice with a tennis player that's better than them. So who is your better tennis player in whatever you want to do? And then interact with them. Don't be afraid of the people that are better than you. Be their friend, understand, learn from them. And if you want to go beyond them, or be best friends with them, or whatever. But don't be afraid to go beyond your mentors, but find out who your mentors are.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you. So, yeah, thank you.
Covered a lot.
You did. It covered a lot in these last few questions, which I really appreciate. But again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I very much appreciate it. If the listeners would like to see more of your work and follow you online, where are the best places they can go to do that?
Well, definitely find me on Instagram and social. I love Instagram and all forms of social media. It's at Jordie, which is JORDIE _Starbaby, and that's also my Twitter. You could find me on Facebook and LinkedIn as Jordan Elizabeth Gelber. And for Starbaby Enterprises is my company. You can find our handle for that is Starbaby ENTNYC. So any of those platforms, feel free to reach out. I love talking to new people, and if you have any questions, so I love just giving advice. We're all here to help each other.
Sure, wonderful. I will make sure I put those in the show notes so they can click on through.
Awesome.
Thank you again for chatting with me. I really appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Advance Your Art podcast. If you like this episode, please go into iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button so that every single time I release a new episode, it will go directly to you without even thinking about it. If you're interested in hearing older episodes, please go to advanceyourart.com, where you can find the catalog of everything I've done so far, as well as contact information and projects I'm working on. Thank you again, and have a great day.